There we go. Hello. Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to another deadline streaming here from sunny Spain. Let me know how you're all getting on. Say hello in the chat as well. Got a slightly different setup here. Of course, I had to bring all my stuff with me. I was working last week, so I had to bring all my stuff for my work, and then I had to bring all my stuff for my usual streams as well. So if you could say hello in the chat and just let me know if everything is working fine, connection, everything like that. A little bit concerned about the Wi-Fi, but all seems to be going okay. Again, I've had to increase the sort of delay on the stream a little bit just in case the Wi-Fi doesn't hold up. It's just a little thing that you can do that hopefully increases sort of how reliable and how smooth the stream is for you guys. So it won't normally be as big a delay, but I've had to increase it just for today. So let me know if everything is going fine. Let me know if you can all, and say hello in the chat as well. My team is up on screen now. We will be live until the deadline at 11 o'clock UK time, midday Spain time. We've got a few decisions still to make. My transfers have been made, but we'll talk about your questions. We'll talk about, let me take it off this for a second. Cool. Let's talk about your questions, talk about my team, talk about planning for the future, talk about this game week as well. Everything you guys want to talk about in this video, we will go and do, of course. So let's say hello to a few of you. Hello, working fine. Thank you, Eddie. Tyler, how are we doing? Peter, Sven, Lofi, Leighton, RST. Again, guys, just before we start, if you are in already, thank you so much for being here already. If you could, make sure you've liked the stream and subscribed if you are new as well. That would be fantastic. If I do this, does this change your screen? No, because it's how I edit my settings on the stream. Let me see if that changes it. It's on subscriber only mode at the moment. We don't want that, do we? Let's take it off. And let's see if that is working fine. Cool. Yeah, I have less screens basically, so I can see less of what's going on. Jordan, John, Joseph, DG, Will, Nuclear, Krish, Shiraz, LS14, DR1, Orgil, Alan, how is everyone? Manish, Bivan, Krish, Brady, the 81st Records, Bulldog, Nailed, Yasin. Good morning, everyone. So, Nuclear is asking, when did I buy gross, and did I take a -4 to get gross in? Let me see if I can. Let me make the chat bigger. I don't really need to see what's going on with me. I just need to see the chat. Cool, didn't know I could do that. Anyway, so I made the transfer last night. If anyone is on Discord, anyone's on YouTube, again, the community section, I posted there, and I posted it on Twitter. I made it last night. It was not a -4. It was my second free transfer. I did Neto to Pascal Gross as my second free transfer. So I gained 0.1 on Gross last night because Gross went up. Neto went down in price last night as well. So there's a 0.2 swing there. And I also, my first transfer was Reece James in for Andy Robertson. So I gained 0.1 the night I did it for Reece James, and I gained 0.1 again because Robertson fell in price. Last night as well. So 0.4 gain this week with just free transfers. I'm pretty happy with that. Team value is not something, well, it is something I look at a little bit. It's not something I necessarily focus on completely, but it is definitely something. That I pay attention to. And if I can make early transfers, I definitely will if it's going to help out my team. Am I worried about missing a potential haul from Robertson? Selling a Liverpool asset is always a concern, right? But that 1 million that I freed up doing Robertson down to James has allowed me to do so much. So I could do that gross replacement, whereas before I had no money in the bank. So I literally could do Neto to any other 5.5 or under midfielder, and I didn't like any of them really. I could have gone Aronson of Leeds, but not really been in the FPL returns yet. And then when I look at if I want to sell Trippier as well, having no money in the bank was just not ideal. And having that 1 million to play with, I really like Reece James as an option as well. So I'm happy with it. Of course, selling a Liverpool spot is not great, but it allows me in theory, if I wanted in the future, and Saka doesn't perform, for example, I could do Saka to Luis Diaz now, for example. So it allows me a lot more flexibility than I had before. So I'm happy with the moves that I made. Let's make it slightly bigger for you guys. Cool. What's my thoughts on Helen to Kane this week only? So, to be honest, I wouldn't necessarily go jumping between them. And I think we're looking back at Gameweek 2. Yes, it was a difficult fixture for Kane, but I'd only want to jump between them once. Once you've got the one in that you've got now, I'd probably stick with them. So if you've not made the switch once, then understandably you might want to, because Kane scored last week and Helen didn't. But personally, I would just be sticking with Haaland for me. Although he only got an assist last week, he's very involved. That City team seemed to be geared up to just creating chances for him. So yeah, I'd be going and keeping Haaland. I don't think it's worth a transfer. Start two of Pereira, De Silva and Neto. So for me, I'd start Pereira definitely. I'd probably end up starting De Silva, but anyone who's watched any of my videos this week, you know exactly what I think on Josh De Silva. I just don't think it's worth the transfer as well. That's like 750,000 people have bought De Silva for this game week, which just seems crazy, right? If De Gea hasn't fumbled that chance from that shot from like 25 yards, then no one buys him, and it's just not a good reason to go and buy him, in my opinion. But he's a bench fodder, but I wouldn't be expecting very much if you're gonna start with him. So why keep Trippier if you have to bench him 33% of the time before you will wildcard? So a few of you, and I've seen it, have got in a few of you in the comments talking about why I've still got Trippier in my team when I could have sold him, for example. So let me just show you basically why I did that. And I'm using this site called FPL.team, which allows you to see your transfers for the future game weeks effectively. So basically, gross here is a set and forget option until I wildcard, right? He's going to be in my team, and I'm going to wildcard between game week 8 and game week 9. I think that's the current plan. So basically, I get gross for all of these fixtures, and I think Brighton will win all of these games. I don't think they'll lose any of them, which is why I went for him over Rodrigo, for example, because I can't see Leeds winning all of their games. And if I say, okay, I've got Trippier here, next week, if I look at my team, game week 4, so this is a really good site. Again, I advise everyone to start using it. My team looks great. I then bench Patterson away at Brentford, and I bring Trippier back in away at Wolves, and Wolves have not been great. Newcastle are a good defensive side, so I'm happy with that, and I can probably roll my transfer looking at my team here. My bench is fine. Sanchez comes in goal. A lot of good fixtures here, so I might end up selling Saka depending on what he does this week, but Fulham at home, I probably end up keeping him for that as well. So if I roll my transfer, I then go into game week 5 with 2 free transfers, and my team again looks really good. I'm happy with it. Again, Saka may end up going if he's not returning. So Saka could go, I don't know, to Luis Diaz, for example, depending on how long Robertson is going to be out for. And then I still have money to do, Trippier to Cucurella if he's still playing. I could go and get Perisic, for example. It allows me to get more information. The defenders that I wanted were Walker, Ake, Perisic and Cucurella, and at the moment I'm not confident in going and buying any of them because I don't know how many of them are going to be completely nailed. What's going to happen with Perisic? If anyone's got Perisic today, I think he's going to start. The predicted lineups have got him in. I think he's going to start. I think he'll do really well, but I couldn't justify it over what I knew would benefit my team for the longer term. And Pascal Gross, I'm not expecting the world from him, but I know that in these 6 fixtures, I play him every week. He's got 3 home, 3 away, good home fixtures, good away fixtures against promoted teams. So I'm happy with it. Money in the bank, I've got 0.9 because Pascal Gross had gone up in price. So yeah, I'm happy with how things are looking at the moment. Just a reminder, if you haven't already, please could you drop a like on the stream, and if you are new around here, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel as well. That would be amazing. So, Cucurella or Perisic? I'd probably buy Perisic if I was buying one of the two of them. Walker I would keep, definitely. I think he'll keep his place for the time being. I just don't know this fullback they've signed, what impact it's going to have. When Laporte comes back, is Ake going to go out wide? Exactly what's going to happen? exactly what's going to happen there. In terms of my captain, yeah, so captain is currently on Mo Salah, and the reason it's on Salah is United team don't look good, but also Salah looks much better without Darwin. Darwin, because he's so central and he only plays centrally, it means Salah, his positioning is wide all the time. That amount of time he comes into the middle of the box is less, and Darwin's wanting those chances in the middle of the box, which is why Darwin has the potential to be a really, really nice option. But while Darwin's not in the team, Salah, probably Firmino, Diaz is going to be a really, really good front three. So I've gone with him. I could end up on Jesus. My only thing about why I'm not going on Jesus is because the Arsenal, I've got triple Arsenal attack already. Bournemouth were good at home, not good away. But I wonder if they're going to be good at home again. And having triple attack plus captaincy, I feel like so much riding on that game that I don't particularly want. Haaland, it could be. It could also be Haaland. But I know that I don't have Robertson, I don't have Luis Diaz. So I am really vulnerable to that Liverpool-Man United game. And if things let's say Liverpool score 3 or 4 goals and I only have Salah as non-captain, it will really, really hurt me. Whereas none of the other games have the potential to really, really hurt me as much. So yeah, that's where we are at the moment. That's my thinking anyway. That is my thinking. You'll try Robertson with the next 3 game weeks. I don't blame you, right? I sorted Robertson because it fixed my team structure a little bit, but don't have a problem with anyone. You have 0.6 in the bank and you followed me. Not sure why I don't have 0.9. There's been price changes this week, so it depends when you made the transfers. So I posted all my transfers before those price changes happened. I made James on Tuesday. Last night there were price changes for Neto, Robertson and Gross as well. You have a bad feeling about Kulusevski today. Any kind of want Sterling. Never a fan of last minute moves. I would 100% have Kulusevski over Sterling. I think it was really important at the end of the Chelsea game that Kulusevski stayed on the pitch, and it was actually Son that got subbed off. I think that's quite a bold thing for Conte to do. Keep Kulusevski on there. Maybe he's slightly better in the air, for example, and he knew Perisic was coming on to take set pieces, so he didn't need Son for that. But yeah, I think the fact that Kulusevski stayed on is a really, really positive thing for anyone who's got him. So yeah, I would definitely be keeping him. The big decision for me this week is what to do with in goal. Now, do I want Sanchez or do I want Danny Ward? In terms of predicted points, I can never know how to find it. 6 game week goalkeepers. Game week 3. So for anyone who wants to sign up, this is all the Fantasy Football Scout members area. There's a link in the description which will give you 15% off. It's got predicted points and everything like that. We have Sanchez predicted to get 3.4 and Ward predicted to get 3.6. It's so close between the two. So I can't quite decide. It's a big decision that I've still got to make. I made it wrong in game week 1, which is why I'm a bit reluctant. I always planned on playing Ward in 1 and 3, and now I'm getting a bit of a doubt about exactly which one I should start. This one. Harry, you seem to be distracted by something else. Sorry, no, it's just a different setup. So, yeah. I'm just trying to keep focused on everything that's going on. I'm on holiday for anyone who is new around here, so taking 2 hours out of my morning to stream, of course, very enjoyable, best part of the week. You've gotten rid of Salah and gone with 8 million midfielders in your wildcard. Thoughts? It's not bad, but I think while Nunes is out, I wouldn't want to do it because I think next week, for example, he then becomes a really nice captain option in game week 4 at home to Bournemouth. I think I really like him there because Nunes out is not good for Nunes out is really good for Salah because of the positioning element that I mentioned before. Morning Kabir, welcome to all the members as well. Tater Tots is double Chelsea and double City attack risky. Double Double Chelsea defence is fine. They've got good attacking threat, and double City is also absolutely fine. So I wouldn't worry too much about that. No glasses today. I can do them if possible. I suppose the reason is I don't need them for short-sighted. I need them for when I'm looking long distance, and I wear them throughout the day. But because I haven't had to adjust this morning, because I got up and have been straight in front of my laptop, I don't need them so far. This side of my face is getting very light as the sun is coming up on that side. Anyway, I might close the curtain in a minute. Ramsdale against Bournemouth. What's your take? Ramsdale for me is still one of the best goalkeepers to own at the moment. If you've got Ramsdale, you're 100% playing him. Yeah. I don't know what the predicted points are on him. He's up there. He's actually predicted to be the highest scoring goalkeeper this week. So, yeah, definitely go with him if you've got him. Wouldn't be benching him for anyone. Cool. There are 600 of you in here and only 120 of you have liked. If you guys could, before we go any further, just hit that like button on the stream. Let me just shut the curtain very quickly. I need to mute myself. Yeah, but if you guys could like, and then we'll get straight back to the questions, and subscribe as well if you are new around here. I don't know quite what view I just gave you when we sat down, but nah, looks fine. Sorry, I'm sure I unmuted myself. Oh, it's going to take ages for it to come back round as well because of the stream delay. I'll be muted for like 30 seconds. Oh no. Anyway, what was the question? So yes, I'm muted. I'm unmuted now. Saka vice captain. Yeah, part of me just has a feeling. Maybe I'm too hopeful on Saka than maybe I should be, but I've got a little bit of a feeling that he might do quite well this week. Yeah, I've got a little bit of a feeling that he might do quite well this week. Let me just... Cool. No sound. Sound is back. Captain Kane, I like it. I would be captaining a Spurs option if I had one this week. So yeah, all good. We are back. All good. Sorry. What does the star under either player mean? It means they're in the highest scoring team of the season so far. Could you please answer the Ward Sanchez question? You were muted. So I answered it, but basically it's the decision that I think the last decision I've got to make for this week. It's a good fixture for Ward, right? The fixture favours Ward, but the team probably favours Sanchez. Sanchez has been really good so far this season, but I just don't see them keeping a clean sheet away at West Ham. But I don't necessarily think I see Ward keeping one, and while Fofana's not playing, maybe the sensible move would be just to play Sanchez. He's made good save points. He's good for bonus as well because of his distribution. So, yeah. Firmino should help Salah with goals, your take? Yes. Yeah, I think he should. And as I said earlier, I like Salah without Núñez in the team because Núñez steals a lot of those chances. What do I say to the 77,000 people who bought in Núñez? They brought him in. I put it on my TikTok actually that they brought him in before the game week before the game had even started, which is crazy. I mean, you're unlucky that you get sent off, right? You are unlucky by it, but I'd do my best not to buy players before they've played in case they get injured or something like that. Andreas or De Silva? Andreas every day. For me, I'm not a big De Silva fan. Yeah, I don't back him very much over the next couple of... Well, to be honest, going forward, he's fine for bench fodder, but I wouldn't be starting him. I would not be starting him. Hi, Harry. Did you hear Chelsea interested in Maguire? And in a swap for, it's not Perisic, it is Pulisic. But yes, yeah, I did hear it. I don't think it's actually gonna happen. I know that you've been interested in Pulisic before though, so I don't know why we'd want Maguire. It's not better than any of our defenders. So why Ward over Sanchez? Why Salah captain over Jesus? Right, Ward over Sanchez, I'm still to decide on, and I will be locking that in towards the deadline. And Salah captain, again, Man United have not looked good. Liverpool need to bounce back, and I think without Núñez in the team, we might see a little bit of Liverpool and Salah of old in there. I've got triple Arsenal attack. The newly promoted teams have been good at home. So we saw Bournemouth be good at home. We saw Fulham be good at home. We've seen Forest be good at home. So I'm not necessarily wanting to captain a player away to a newly promoted team. They've been really good. Like Bournemouth opening day, for example. And then Haaland is away at Newcastle, who are yet to concede a goal as well. So it's on Salah for me again, because in that Monday night game, I don't have Robertson anymore. I don't have Diaz as well. So I'm really exposed to that Monday night game. So yeah. Shotbod, love the stream. Huang, St. Maximin or JWP, thanks. I probably wouldn't buy any of them. I probably wouldn't buy anyone. Let's have a look. Who have you got? Right. If I had to buy one, I'd probably buy Ward-Prowse, but I don't like any of them. Let me put in, I imagine you've got about 6.5 million in there. Like Rodrigo and Gross, I'd buy before both of them. Like they're better options than Ward-Prowse personally, but yeah, I wouldn't buy any of those three. Martinelli or Kulusevski. Martinelli for me, best value pick in the entire game at the moment. I didn't want to do that. Didn't want to move my captaincy to him. There we go. Put it back. Manchester United versus Liverpool may be postponed. Well, I've got a vice captain. That's absolutely fine. That's absolutely fine. Well, Andreas played today, yeah. So they cleared him for fitness yesterday. So he should be absolutely fine to play. Yep. No worries about that if you've got Pereira. He's first on my bench, easily come in if something happens. I did consider starting him over Patterson. But yeah, but just while we're going, again, I'll do the questions, keep going with them, but drop it in the comment section down below. Firstly, is the stream quite quiet? Do I need to turn the mic up? Maybe I do. It looks quite quiet to me. Is this better? Let me turn it up a bit. Let me see if it gets any better. See if this is good. But secondly, drop in the captaincy, who you are captaining for Gameweek 3, because I think there's going to be a big split in there as well. J4CK, who to start, Andreas or Neco Williams? For me, I'd be on Andreas. I'd favour the attacker in a 50-50 call like that. I'm starting Patterson over that because... maybe I'll turn it back down then. Let's go with that. Cool. I'm starting Patterson over him because I like the home fixture a little bit. Yeah, I like the home fixture for Patterson, but there's not that much in it. But Neco Williams having their away fixture, although they kept a clean sheet in game week 2, they have not been that good defensively. So they didn't look good. Like, I think West Ham had a 2.3 XG. Somehow they didn't score, partly because of a missed penalty, but still that makes it like a 1.5 XG from open play, which they were very fortunate to keep. So we've got Salah's in here, a lot of Salah's. Kane, who else have we got? More Salah's coming in. Who else are people captaining? You've captained Saka. I'm not completely against that. He's my vice captain this week. Jesus. Yeah, there must be some Jesuses in here. Sterling, Haaland, Jesus, Andreas or De Silva. So anyone in here with Andreas or De Silva, with that debate, I am on Andreas. I'd be starting him at home to Brentford over De Silva. De Silva does not have the goal threat that Andreas does. Good morning, everyone. How are we doing as well? Thank you all for joining. Thank you, everyone, in. Again, just a reminder for anyone in here, we have a stream membership, which is basically unlimited super chats for a whole month if you join the top one, because I answer the comments from members. Every single comment they put in the chat gets answered. So it's basically unlimited super chats for $1.99 a month. And then we have the tier 2, which adds to the group chat. And the group chat has been so much fun this week with all the tier 2 for the tier 2 members this week, answering questions all throughout the week, having a really good debate about Gross Rodrigo as well. It's been a lot of fun. And yeah, basically I rate your team and I can help with your team all throughout the week as well. Link in the top of the description if you do want to join as a member. But Captain Salah, Darwin out. Yeah, I think I'm on the same. I just need to decide on who my keeper is going to be. Why bench Trippier? Because he's got Manchester City at home. So yeah, I am benching Trippier because of that fixture. But Kabir, let me find it. Apologies if I've missed it. Put it in the chat again. Kabir, should I bench boost? You've taken a -12 so far. Don't bench boost just because you've taken a -12. If your bench is good, then consider it, but your bench boost is much better saved to the later half of the season. If anyone hasn't watched my videos before, triple captain bench boost is all best saved for the second half of the season when there are double game weeks. Mihalo, you have 2 free transfers, Bailey and Trippier to who with 0.5 in the bank. It doesn't allow you to do that much because you need... Let's have a look. Who can you get? Because I think I would downgrade Trippier to someone who's cheaper, like 4.5 or less, for example. I'd potentially go in one of the Brentford defenders because they look really good. You could punt on Emerson Royale, but I'd go maybe Rico Henry as my Brentford option. And then I would go with Bailey. That gives you $1 million in the bank. You can go Bailey up to Pascal Gross is probably what I'd want. Monsiri, drop me a message on Twitter if you have subscribed to the tier 2 group chat. If anyone joins the tier 2, you need to drop me a message on Twitter and I will add you to the group chat. So drop me a DM with a screenshot of the sign up and I will add you straight away to that group chat. So yeah, apologies if you haven't been added already. Oh, but actually my DMs are... Oh, let me turn back on my DMs. How do I do that? Direct messages. Yeah, so go and message me on Twitter and you should be able to go and... Yeah, I'll add it to you straight away. I'm having a good holiday. Thank you, Chris. So what else have we got? Captain Salah or Jesus? I would be on Captain Salah personally, unless, well, if you only have double Arsenal attack, then maybe you want to go Jesus, but I've got triple, so I'm too invested in it. Is it just Twitter or anything else? It's just Twitter at the moment, but there is plans for maybe moving it to Discord and potentially Slack as well. But at the moment, it is just Twitter. There are potential plans to move it as well. Is Bailey starting? So I actually think Bailey will start this week. And if I hadn't sold Bailey yet, I would play him. I think he'll start. It's an okay fixture for him. I don't know who else you've got to start over him, but I'd play Bailey over Andreas Pereira if it was me. Brentford have looked really good defensively. If Casemiro gets to be able to play very soon, could I take Salah off captain? He's not going to be available for this game. He might be on the bench at most, but it will massively disrupt their preparation. Edison or Guaita, I play Edison. Neto or Andreas to start, I'd start Andreas. De Silva or Andreas, I'd still be going with Andreas. Choose 2, Walker, Cucurella, Perisic are confirmed starting. Gross. This week, I'd play Perisic 100% and I'd probably play Cucurella if I had those two. Cool. Back from having lunch. You've got to go class now. Will be any important team news on Twitter by then. The only thing is more confirmed Spurs news that we might get on Perisic or something like that is the only thing that there's a potential to get between now and the deadline. But I think it's nothing out of the ordinary. Like, I expect Perisic to start if anyone's got him. Diaz or Kulusevski. So if anyone watched my video on the Fantasy Football Scout channel this week, basically Kulusevski versus Diaz is pretty close. Diaz is slightly below Kulusevski is what I'm trying to get out. Those are the words I'm going with. I'd probably just about favour Kulu, but it's pretty close. You're stuck on whom to sell between Bailey or Harrison. 100% sell Bailey. Harrison is not a bad option from next week. Even this week, Harrison is... I almost bought him over Rodrigo. Rodrigo's good, but Harrison has looked really good as well. You just bought in Gross and you have 0.6 mil. Is that a problem? No? I mean, I've got 0.9 in the bank because I've caught the price rises this week. But no, happy with how my team is lining up. Gross is a punt, right? What are we expecting from players at that price? I don't want to jump back and forth on those 5.5 million mids loads of times before I play my wildcard. So I have taken one that I'm happy with the fixtures that I can play every week until I wildcard, and then we'll reassess then. Your 4-year-old Charlie has asked me to say hello. Good morning, Charlie. Will Andreas play? Yes, he's been, I think, cleared for fitness to play. So yeah, should absolutely be fine to play this week. You can't get Gross and Tony anymore from -4. Next week, anyone is -8 available. I wouldn't really want to take a -8. It's like a million places this early on, but I don't know who you're selling. Nuclear, put it in the chat. Rico Henry or Dunk? I'd go Rico Henry. The attacking threat there is good, but Dunk, if you don't have a Brighton defender, might be good because these Brighton fixtures from next week are really good. I'm very happy that I've got Sanchez because I think they'll win all of these games. Yeah, Andreas is fine. Why Saka vice captain? I might put it on Helen to be fair, but part of me just had a little punt on Saka. Maybe I should put it on Haaland. But they're yet to concede a goal. Newcastle. So I say my transfer now, 3 transfer for game week 4. You can't do that. You can only roll 1 transfer, so you can only have 2 maximum. If you rolled 1 from game week 1 into game week 2, going into game week 3, if you still don't make a transfer, you'll still only have 2, so you are wasting a transfer. You can only ever have a maximum of 2 transfers, so make sure to use your second one. Saka to Martinelli and Alison to Gundogan. Yeah, I like those transfers. Gundogan's a punt I really wish I could take. It could even be Saka to him. Saka to him next week when they have Palace and Forest at home. Yeah, could happen next week. Again, I'm keeping an eye on Saka. This is my last option. This is the Fantasy Premier League website, but I also use... Whose team is this? Mine. Trippier. So yeah. But this is FPL.team. Just put it into Google and it allows you to plan your team further and further ahead for the upcoming weeks. Raya or Sanchez, Raya or Ward. So Raya at the top. And then I can't decide on Sanchez and Ward next. But I'd be playing Raya if I had them. If I had Raya, I'd have him basically in any of those. Yeah, so this is Fantasy Football Scout for the predicted points. And this is FPL.team here. Link to Fantasy Football Scout is down below, or just put FPL.team into Google and it will all come up for you there. If you are enjoying, again, please a quick reminder just to hit that like button on the stream. That would be great. We are chasing 28,750 subscribers by the deadline, and we need just 60 more. I'm sure there are 60 of you in here who aren't subscribed. Please help me out. Set these arbitrary targets, but yeah, we need 67. How much priority is Tony? Is it more than Gross? Yeah, I'd rather Tony than Gross, right? But there's $1.5 million in it. It's a different, I would have to use 2 transfers just to do it, to get Archer upgrade. So I'm not using 2 transfers on getting Tony right now. I'm keeping an eye on Damsgaard though at Brentford, because at his price, he could be a really really nice option if he gets sustained starts. We saw what he did at the Euros as well. Could be a really nice option. You're not enjoying, as we boys are not getting any of your suggestions. I'm doing my best to answer as many questions as I can. Let me do some quick fire ones as well. Williams or Andreas? I'd start Andreas. So yeah, get all your questions in and I'll do a quick fire round of questions. Try and get through as many as possible. Now, Patterson or De Silva? I'd start Patterson. Who's more nailed, Saliba or Ben White? Probably Saliba. Patterson or Rodrigo? Probably Patterson. Kane is going to get a hat-trick today, I believe. Good luck. Yeah, he could definitely do. Dean or Neco Williams? I'd probably start Dean, to be honest. Best Trippier alternative, Walker, Cucurella or Perisic? Kane or Salah? Kane captain, but I'd rather own Salah long term. Salah or De Bruyne? This week, I'm on Salah. Gundogan or Tony? Tony, slightly more nailed. Keep Perisic 100%, start him this week. Definitely a good option. Why not going Cucurella and going for Gross? It just strengthens my team for the long term a little bit more. I can keep Trippier. I still like Trippier, whereas I didn't like Neto. Get rid of your weakest players first, rather than upgrading players you're happy with. Do you think Ben Rama will start? Probably, but I wouldn't go buying him. Morning to everyone in here. Start Trippier or De Silva? Probably De Silva in that instance. Is Gordon a good shout for the next 3? Yes, but I'd probably buy Tamari Gray because there is rumours that Gordon is on his way out, which would be a problem. Trippier or Leon Bailey? I'd start Leon Bailey. I think he'll start this week. Keep Mount? Yes, I'd keep Mount. Salah or Jesus? Captain? I would go Salah. That's where I'm on at the moment. Is worth taking a -8 and bringing in Gross for Bailey? No, I'd start Bailey this week and I wouldn't take a -4 for it. Should I bench Rodrigo going into Chelsea? I don't know who you'd play over him, but probably start him. Neto or Neco Williams? Neco Williams just. Helen captain is not a problem at all. Haaland, Jesus, Salah, all good captains this week. Play Neto or Trippier? I'd probably play Neto, to be honest. Start Andreas, Bailey or Neto? Bailey. Should I play Neco Williams or Grameres? Neco Williams. He's got such attacking threat. He's on all set pieces for Forest as well. He's a good option. Definitely a good option if you've got him. Neto, best fixtures for game week 4 to game week 6. Yeah, he's fine to keep. I wouldn't go selling him for a hit, basically. Thank you, Gilbert. Emerson Royale, I think will start today. Doherty will have to come back in at some point, though. So he's a short-term good pick, but at some point he'll lose his place, I'm sure. Havertz or Tony? Tony, definitely. Keep Emerson Royale. Yes, I think he'll start today. Is it worth using a transfer from the bench to gain 0.1? Not really. I imagine you're eyeing up Josh De Silva there. I probably wouldn't. Especially if it's -4, definitely not. De Silva, Andreas. I'd play Andreas over Neco Williams as well. There's a lot of those questions on those cheap mids, on those cheap options. So Andreas is top. Sorry, Patterson is top, then Andreas, then Neco Williams, then Josh De Silva, then anyone else who's cheap and rubbish. Leon Bailey is above them. Neto is probably at the bottom of those. Yeah, so that should answer about 50% of the questions that we're getting in. Cool. Let me just have a look. Which Arsenal defender is the best? Again, if you've got the money, then I would be going on. I'd be going Zinchenko. Definitely. Yeah, Cucurella or Kyle Walker. Kyle Walker for me. Just about. He's slightly more nailed. Chaël. The comments on Chaël yesterday put me off a little bit. Diaz or Robbo? Diaz for me out of the two, for sure. Did I say you think Bailey starts? Yes, I do think Bailey starts. And it is what I said. Brighton defence needed until wildcard. They're just solid, right? You can play them every week, sort of set and forget on them and not have to worry at all about them. So yeah, they're not essential, but they're really good picks. Might need to grab some more water. Sanchez or Ward in goal? At the moment I've got Ward, but it's pretty close between the two. Ward or Edison this game week? Edison. Not benching Edison if you've got him at all. Edison should be starting for you every week if you've got him. Cool. So let's have a look again at my team and plans for the next couple of weeks as well. So I'll use FPL.team for this, and I will put Saka back in here. What game week am I in? 5. Cool. So with the transfers that I've made, next week my team will look like this. Happy with how things are lining up. Yeah, it looks good. I may even roll my transfer next week. I'm keeping a big eye on how Saka does next week. Let's zoom in for you. That's probably better. So Ward will definitely be on the bench. Sanchez will start. Andreas will probably be the other way around, but doesn't really matter. Happy with the fixtures. The front 6 look really good. Salah will probably be my captain. Vice captain, I don't quite know where I'll be, but that's not too much of a big deal. And then going into game week 5, it will look like this. And again, yeah, things look really good. I'll have 2 transfers. I will probably end up selling Trippier that week, but by then I'll know whether I want Cucurella, I'll know whether I want Walker, I'll know whether I want Perisic. Let me get a drink because I am losing my voice, it seems. There we go. Right. Am I considering a change for Gross? No, I've just brought him in. So no, I'm happy with him. So no. Yes, as Nuclear said, please don't forget to like the stream if you haven't already. 780 of you in here and only 350 likes. Thank you all so much for joining. You just brought in Robertson at 6.9. Well done for bringing him after the price rise. I actually sold him this week, but I still like him as an option. It just helped me do more with my team than I wanted to. Andreas is ill. He's not going to be in the squad. I think Andreas is fine, from what was said in the press conferences yesterday. You're on a wild card. Who should I choose? Edison, Cucurella, Gabriel, or Mendy, Zinchenko, Walker? Mendy, Zinchenko, Walker. It's just more nailed. Do I think I should use a wild card? I mean, I don't really want to be doing... hang on, how am I going to do this? Let me just quickly get your team up. You scored 75 last week, and you've got... Oh, okay. No, your bench is definitely strong enough to cover it. I wouldn't wildcard that. No, I wouldn't wildcard that. Your bench is definitely strong enough to cover it. I'd just sell Darwin. Would I downgrade Haaland to Tony and use money to upgrade Alison to Gundogan, Neco to Perisic? No, I wouldn't go selling Haaland this week. I still think he's a really, really nice option for this week. So welcome everyone. Welcome all the new subscribers as well. How are we doing? We are 45 away from our target for today. Let me just... Cool. May I sub Neco to Kulusevski? I'd play Kulusevski over Neco Williams, 100%. 100%. Ward or Sanchez. At the moment, I'm on... again, let me put my team up. But I think I might change it. Actually, you know what? I'm going to change it now. No Fofana in the Leicester squad is too much for me. So we're going to go like this. And I'm pretty much locked in now, I think. Dash in your super chat. Oh, sorry. Kane or KDB for captain and Robbo to Cucurella for a -4. I wouldn't do Robbo to Cucurella for -4. Nope. And Kane or KDB captain. I'd be on Kane. I'd be on any Spurs player you have for captaincy this week. I would, yeah, definitely be on any of them for captaincy this week. We have turned on subscriber only mode. But yeah, just hit that subscribe button, and again, no time limit on it. You'll be able to chat, and we are 4 likes away from 400. You handed the armband to Kane. What do I say about that? Yeah, I would be on any Spurs player for captaincy this week if I had it. I should probably move this there, but gonna mess everything up. Thoughts on Xhaka as an option? He's looked good, but when he gets sent off this season, you'll just be annoyed that you went with him. He's not really for me. He's not a type of pick I'd like. There's a slightly new role that he's playing, which is more box to box, which is suiting him quite well, but I just don't think he's an FPL asset for the time being, to be honest. Yeah, don't think he's a FPL asset for the time being. Would I captain Haaland or Jesus? Probably Jesus. Haaland is against a Newcastle team who are yet to concede a goal. So yeah, I wouldn't be necessarily going on him. Salah or Jesus captain? Again, it's pretty close. This week, I'd take a pick on the captaincy that you're happy with, that you like. For me, I'm on Salah because I like what happens when Nunes isn't the team to Salah. So that's where I am. Captain is very, very open this week. Again, maybe I should have a poll in the chat. I don't know how I'm going to do that. Let me do that here. For captaincy, just so we can see what you guys are thinking. Salah, Haaland, Jesus, Kane or Son, Haaland or KDB, Kane or Son, ask. Cool. Let's whack that there. And now I can't see the chat. Fantastic. Cool. Just on Robbo and Neko to Kuka and Perisic. Yeah, they're nice transfers. Definitely. Definitely, I like those moves. Let me get back everything where it needs to be. Cool. Bailey to Gross or no? If you can do it for free, yeah, I wouldn't do it for -4. I wouldn't go selling Bailey for a -4 this week. Is basically the answer that I'm getting to. Ooh, that's going to be really painful for you all, I think. Hang on. There we go. Just moving my mic a little bit. Should be a bit better for you all now. Let's see what you were all saying in the poll. No. What have I done? I have just... I don't know what I've just done. Oh no. Let me docs, remove chat, docs, add chat back. Oh, flipping heck. Oh no, what have I done? Tried to vote in the poll and now it's asking me to log in. Anyway, Saka captain. Yeah, I think he'll have a good game. I think there's going to be more from him today than maybe we're used to. I'm not sure I'd necessarily go as far as captaining him though. Sorry, let's get back to the stream. Salah or Son or Jesus for captain. Again, Son. I like the Spurs options this week. If you've got Kulu, if you've got Son, you've got Kane, you've got Perisic, I'd be playing them 100%. I probably wouldn't be captaining them unless they're Son or Kane though. But that's just like how I feel with this game. Kabir, Kulusevski or Salah captain. I'd just be going on Salah. The points are easily shared among Spurs and him not being involved. So, yeah. We are... How is the poll? 60% of you on Salah, 25% on one of the Arsenal guys. Would I say is more nailed, Neto or Podence? Neto's more nailed, I would say, but I wouldn't be buying any of them. I wouldn't be buying either. How about, Kulusevski captain is a no for me. Neto, Neto or Andreas, which to start? I'd bench Neto out of those three if it was me. Yeah, I'd bench Neto. It's not a good fixture. I expect Spurs to do well this morning, this early kickoff. Start 2 of, we've done that one. Walker or Cucurella. For me, I'm a bit safer. I'd go Walker just because those Chaël comments and how he's competing with Cucurella is not exactly what I wanted. So I'd just about favour Kyle Walker out of the two. Magic is going with Jesus. Jan, thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you for all the super chats and memberships this morning. Alison to Diaz. for -4 with 3 transfers. Therefore, I'm asking best 4.5 goalkeeper. Neco or Patterson, I'd go Neco Williams. The best 4.5 goalkeeper, I'd go Sanchez of Brighton. Yeah, that's where I'd go. Sanchez of Brighton and Neco Williams. Trent and Robertson, any thoughts? I sold Robertson this week because I wasn't loving the double up and the way they're playing at the moment. I don't think it's bad. I sold it this week though. Is this my locked in team? Pretty much. I'd be surprised if I change anything before the deadline. Yeah, I'd be surprised if I change anything before the deadline. Walker and Diaz or Perisic and Mount. I'd probably go, Walker and Diaz. I think comfortably there. Mount is by far the inferior option compared to the others that you had in there. So yeah, I would be going yes with that option. Let me end the poll. And let me... Hang on a minute. There we go. Cool. Rodrigo or Cucurella long term? No, Rodrigo probably. I'm still just not 100% exactly what's going to happen with Cucurella and Chilwell. It puts me off enough not to go with him. Any idea if Perisic is starting? I think he will. The predicted lineups have him in as well. So what if the protests cancel the games? Well, then I'll have Andreas and Trippier off my bench and Saka as my captain. Saka as my captain. Gross or Rodrigo? So I had the same decision and I went with Pascal Gross. So make of that what you want. Sanchez or Ward? I'd go... Sanchez is what I'm on. I've made the switch this morning actually between the two. Ward without Fofana in front of him is enough to put me off. I like the Sanchez pick. It's an okay fixture. West Ham have not looked at their best so far this season, and Brighton really have. So yeah, would I start Neco Williams over Neto? Yeah, I would. Captain Martinelli? No, I wouldn't have it. I did transfer in Gross for Neto. Yes, I did. That was my transfer. And my second transfer was Robertson to Reece James. So I haven't checked out my team selection video from Thursday. It was all discussed in there. Andreas or Rashford? Probably Andreas. Manchester United team is not looking at its best. Yeah. Manchester United team is definitely not looking at its best. Start best mid under 8 million. For me, it's Gross. It's the one I bought. So yeah, Pascal Gross for me. Patterson to Perisic for a -4. No, not this week, given the fixture that Patterson has. No, I wouldn't do it. No, I wouldn't do that this week. On wildcard, double Manchester City defence or double Chelsea defence, or no double defence is better. I'd probably double Man City just because they look so good. They're capable of keeping a clean sheet in 5 out of 6 games. They could keep honestly 25 clean sheets this season. So yeah, double City defence. No, this is, I'm pretty certain this is going to be how I lock in for game week 1. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with how things are lining up now. Andreas or Neto, I should probably put a ranking somewhere of this, but yeah, Andreas goes above Neto for me. I'd start him. Cucurella or Perisic? I'd probably start Perisic out of the two. Yeah, Perisic is one I'd go with this week. He could absolutely haul against Wolves today. I'm a bit annoyed I didn't get him in. I could have done Trippier to him. It just benefited my team long term, but I'm very jealous of everyone who's managed to get Perisic into their teams for this week. I think he's in for a haul today. Yeah, I like him a lot. I think he's in for a good game. I think he'll start. He'll play 60, 65, 70 minutes. You'll be hoping that he makes that 60-minute mark. It's my only concern with him. He could come off earlier, especially if they're winning. But if they're winning, he's likely to have got some returns anyway, I think. He's looked really good when he came on the other night as well. Am I happy with to start the season? Yeah. Anything you would have changed? Interesting question from Magic. Yeah, I'm happy with it. As I say, I set myself targets, top 1 million by game week 5 being finished, and I'm inside it, so as long as I can stay there, that's fine. Top 200k by halfway through the season is good, and then second half of the season where I use my chips and everything like that, I can push on. So yeah, I'm happy with how my season started. Nothing I really regret. Maybe, I suppose, like in hindsight, Saka for game week 1 hasn't worked out that well, but yeah, it is what it is. Start Raya or Ward? I'd start Raya. Yeah, I'm going off the Leicester defence. This is the last week I would have played them anyway. Sanchez's fixtures from next week are really good. So, yes, I'm not loving that Leicester defence, especially now for Fana. Looks like he's not going to be in the squad again today. So, or this weekend even. So, yes. Cool. If you guys have not liked the stream already, please make sure you do. We have hit our subscriber target, so thank you all so much for subscribing. We are closing in on 500 likes on the stream. If this game week didn't go well, how would you feel? Well, not great, but I tried not to let FPL impact my mood very much. So, yeah, not great, but it is what it is. There is 38 weeks in the season. You don't have to do well every single week to finish the season well at the end is how I try to play the game. How many points do I have? 145, I think. Yeah, 145, 73 and 72. Very standard, very tick along for the first two. Almost the same for both weeks. Just that Trent bonus point on the last game of the day stopped me having the same score twice. I'm good, thank you guys. Thank you for asking. Again, anyone new, please hit that subscribe button. That would be fantastic. And yeah, make sure you've liked the stream as well. Do I think Ben Rama will start? Probably, but I wouldn't go buying him. Why Saka vice captain and not Jesus? I just have a feeling on Saka for this week. Top 5 mil. What you don't like, if you've had a bad week, if you've had a bad start to the season, you need to remember that the start of the season, it's so easy to jump up in rank. So easy for about the first 10, 15 weeks. A good game week, you can go up 1 million, like 1.5 million, 2 million if it's a really good week. So I wouldn't worry too much about your rank at this point. Game week 8 is when I'd probably start looking at my rank more seriously and thinking how it's going. Got 1 point more than you. Love it. Kulusevski or Tony? Probably Kulusevski. I would like a piece of that Spurs attack. Tony or Perisic? Perisic for this week. Tony long term though. Tony for me is the better long term pick out of the two of those. So yeah. I'd be going Ivan, Tony. So Captain Salah or Jesus? To be honest, Salah or Jesus, again, like we've been asked this quite a lot of times throughout the stream. I'm on Salah because I like the fixture. I don't want to have triple Arsenal attack plus my captain in that game. If I didn't have Saka and I had Robertson, then I'd probably still be on Jesus. So it's a little bit of trying to diversify my team a little bit with why I'm on Jesus, with why I'm on Salah even. For you guys, I'm on Salah, so that's where I'm going to advise going. But I would honestly say, have a look at your team, see what you think fits best, what are you most confident on, and do what you want. It's one of those weeks where there's not a captain that I'm really strongly behind. So yeah, that's sort of where I'm at with it. Just think about what fits your team best. Morning, Kaza FPL. How are we doing? Morning to you all in the chat as well. Thank you all for choosing me to join and watch this morning. Again, anyone new here, welcome. About 100 new subscribers during this stream as well. So I massively, appreciate that. Welcome. Can we have some score predictions? Ooh, we can do them quickly. 3-0 Spurs, 1-1 Palace Villa, 0-0 Everton Forest, 1-0 Brentford, 2-1 Leicester, 3-1 Arsenal, 1-0 Chelsea, 2-2 West Ham, Brighton, 3-1 City, and I was going to say 4-0. Let's go 3-1 Liverpool. Anyone you'd agree? Put your bold score predictions, just like one match, in the chat. And we'll see what you guys are saying. What do you think of those predictions? Do I have Gross? Yes, I brought him in just yesterday. Yeah, I brought him in yesterday as my transfer. Again, I sold Pedro Neto for him. So yeah, was pretty happy with that. Would I start De Silva or Neco Williams? I'd start Neco Williams based on those score predictions that we just did. Yeah, I wouldn't bench boost as well. Anyone bench boosting playing a triple captain, I wouldn't do it. I'd wait. Am I a Spurs fan? No. Chelsea fan? Very offended. 4-0 United? No chance. Man United Liverpool 2-2. I can't see Liverpool not winning that game. 1-1 Newcastle to take points off City. Wow, 1-0 Wolves, 2-0 United. These are some bold predictions. 2-1 Leeds is not impossible. Brighton 2-0. Let's see. Pascal Gross with the double again. Pascal Gross with the double. Will Pereira play? Yeah, I don't see why he won't. I do not see why he won't. Do I think the game between Liverpool versus Manchester United will go ahead? Yes. Yeah, I think they'll be very well prepared for anything that the fans are going to plan on doing to stop that game going ahead. Oh, you brought in Gross after his price went up. Where is Gross playing at the moment? He's playing out on the wing, and he's looked really good. So, yeah. Not sure why it's just moved the captaincy armband onto Pascal Gross. Don't know why that happened. Do I think it's a waste to advise Cancelo? No, I think he could be on for a good game. City yet to concede a goal this season. I think Newcastle might score. But no, vice captain, I think all the big hitters will start. But if you are captaining Salah, there's probably a 5% chance of that game. No, not even 5%, probably lower than that. But just make sure you're picking a good vice captain on if that's where you are with your captaincy. If you are enjoying Gross or Tony, but he's 1.5 million more expensive and he might not have that forward spot. But if I could pick either, I'd buy Tony. Mount or Kulusevski, I would go Kulusevski for sure. Mount has not looked a good FPL asset so far this season. So yeah, Reece James or Cucurella. I've gone safe on Reece James. I don't mind the double up with both of them, but if I was owning only one, I'd go with Reece James. Liverpool 7-1 United, Ten Hag to be sacked. Now that is a bold prediction. That is bold. Trippier or Leon Bailey to start. I'd start Leon Bailey. I think he'll start this week. How much cash have you got in the bank? I've got 0.9 million. Yeah, 0.9 million to take to next week. Tony or Robertson until wildcard. Probably Ivan Toney, to be honest. Those Brentford fixtures are really nice. I expect them to do well. And if they're going to do well, he will have to do well as well. So, yeah, I'd probably go Ivan Toney out of the two of them. Hang on 1 second. Cool. Helen or Kane. To own Helen to captain this week, Harry Kane. Yeah. One second. Cucurella or Perisic. I would go Perisic. I think he's going to haul today. I wish I had him. Mount or Saka. Probably Saka, but I'd go with Kulusevski or Diaz over the two of them. So, yeah, that's probably where I would be going. Me or Neco Williams. Me or Neco Williams. Who have Brentford got again? Fulham away. Probably Neco Williams. I think that game could be very low scoring. Why Sanchez not Ward? No Fofana for Leicester. I just don't think they're going to keep a clean sheet. Rodrigo or Neco to start. Probably just about Neco Williams. Robertson and Odegaard out for Walker and Diaz for free. Yeah, I would do that. Yeah. Patterson a good option. Yeah, I've got him. I've got him in my starting team here. Good fixture. Good fixture. Will Mahrez start? Who are they playing? Do they need to press? They probably do need to press, so probably not. He plays when they don't need to press is basically the rule. It seems to be at the moment. So if they're playing a team that they expect to just sit off them and they're going to be able to just attack all game, then Mahrez is great because he's good at that. But if they're going to have time without the ball, then Mahrez is not good at that. Patterson or Rodrigo this week? We play probably Patterson. Neto to Gross or Trippier to Perisic. Neto to Gross or Trippier. So I had the same and I went Neto to Gross because it strengthened my team for the long term a bit more. So that was, that was the decision that I made between the two of those. Should I start De Silva or Neco Williams? Sorry, should I start De Silva or Neco Williams? Probably Neco, to be honest. I'm not a big De Silva fan. Anyone who's watched any of my videos or seen any of my tweets, I think the amount of transfers he's had in this week has been like ludicrously high, to be honest, because like he scored. If he hadn't have scored because De Gea fumbled it, then like people wouldn't be going in and buying him in the masses that they've bought him so far. So yeah, Reed or De Silva. To be honest, now that De Silva's gone up twice in price, I'll probably buy Reed over him. I'd just save the 0.2 if you're buying now. I'm just not on board the big De Silva hype train because De Gea fumbled it. So he shot from 25 yards and De Gea dropped it into the back of his net. And now 750,000 people have bought De Silva into their team. Like, I understand these 4.5 million when you could have bought him 4.7 now, but that just seems crazy to me, to be honest. I wonder if it's still at 470,000. Let's have a look. Stats. All players. By Gameweek transfers in round 700. He's going to hit 800,000 transfers in by the deadline. Martinelli getting scarily high ownership for anyone who doesn't own him. Would want to make sure that I've got him in my team. Rodrigo as well, almost 1 million transfers in. 3 goals in the opening 2 games though, to be fair. Pascal Gross is a bit lower down, 350,000. And then Reece James as well up there. Ivan Toney as well. He's got, what has he returned so far? 8 and 9. Yeah, fair. He's a good pick. David De Gea fumbling it, but Ward didn't. What, in game week 1? Well, that's true, but the big buy-in for him has been this week since De Gea fumbled it. That's why people are buying him, because he's got 2 goals in 2 games. And if he didn't score this week, he wouldn't have, I don't think he'd have 100,000 transfers in if he didn't score this week. So if I had double Leicester transfers, would I use a free transfer for, say, Sanchez? Maybe not this week, but yeah, I would. Like next week, for when the Brighton fixtures get really nice, I would be making the switch between the two of them. So yes, yeah, I would. Start Pereira or Neto. Pereira, again, expect Spurs to win that game comfortably, to come out comfortable winners out of the two of them. Still worth doing netto to gross after price changes? Yeah, I probably still would. I still think I want him. Again, thank you all so much for the new subscribers and all the likes on this stream. We are over 500 likes, so I can stop asking you for likes, but we are 6 subscribers away from 28.8 thousand. So anyone new around here who fancies subscribing, plus you can join in on the chat as well. There must be 6 of you watching who can't chat, who want to ask a few questions. So, and as always, make sure you're joining the league code up above. It's still open. We'll be closing it in a few weeks. I think maybe about that Game Week 8 wildcard, we'll be closing it. I think, not 100% sure. We might then have a second one for people who want to join late, but there are prizes as well to be won during the season as well. As, yeah, aiming for my 3rd consecutive top 10k finish in there as well. Hopefully I can bring a few of you along on the journey as well. And anyone who's new to the channel this season, thank you all so much for your support. It is massively, massively appreciated. Kane or Salah captain? For me, I'm on Salah, but I'd be on Harry Kane. I'd be on Kane or Son if I own them. Kulu or Diaz? Just about Kulu, I think, but it's close. Again, my scout video, it was pretty close between the two. I'm in the top 18% currently. We've got to get higher than that. For sure. Anything being said, I'm just keeping an eye out for anything Spurs related. So far, again, nothing very much to report, to be honest. So, Trippier or Zinchenko? I'd start Zinchenko 100%, and I'd buy Zinchenko as well. Yeah, Trippier over Zinchenko. The answer to that question, whatever the question is, to be honest. Cucurella or Zinchenko? Again, I'd probably go Zinchenko. He's more nailed. He's looked really good for that Arsenal team. So yeah, I'd be going in there. Perisic starts. Yes, I think he will. It's a prediction. I don't know, but I think he will. Start Gross or Rodrigo? I'd start Gross this week. Just again, the fixture is better for him this week. Might post my locked-in team now. Post it on Twitter in a minute. But yeah, don't think I'm gonna change my team very much. Tony or Robertson? This week I'd play Tony. But I'm not sure I'd want to be benching Robertson. I don't know who else you've got in your team. If your team is strong enough that you're benching Robertson, then I don't know who you're playing over them. You've probably got someone like Pereira or Patterson that you're benching Robertson for. I wouldn't do that. But yeah, am I sure Sanchez over Ward? I just don't love that Leicester defence is basically the answer. So yeah, I'm pretty set on it, to be honest. Yes, I'm pretty set on it. Diaz or Tony? Diaz or Tony this week? I mean, you've got to have both in your starting lineup. If you can only buy one, I'd probably buy Tony out of the two because of his fixture this week. But if you own both, you have to start both. Salah or Helen for captain Salah for me is where I'm at. No Fulham news. I think he'll be fine. If you've got Pereira, he's either going to start or not be in the squad, so I wouldn't worry. Who else we got? Dallo to Cancelo and Son to Kulu. Do I support this move? Selling Son before Wolves is bold, but Dalot to Cancelo is basically an essential transfer. I do, if it's for free. If not, wait a week and do it for -4 next week, because selling Son this week could easily bite you back. Captain Kane or Jesus? Again, Kane. So I was just thinking about it. I would be captaining any Spurs player that I've got. Would be, basically it's my rule of thumb. If I own a Spurs player, I would be captaining them. I'd be captaining this week if I own one. I realise Andy isn't streaming this morning, and he hasn't mentioned it. I just hope he's okay. Or if I missed him mentioning it. He hasn't tweeted it. I haven't tweeted it. Unless I missed it. Anyway, hope he's okay. Andreas or Neco Williams? Andreas just... Oh, it's his wedding day. Of course it is. Of course it is. Duh. I knew that. Fine. Well, congratulations to him. Much better than me streaming, isn't it? He's getting married. Yeah, of course it is. Sorry. Salah, Jesus or Haaland for captain? Salah for me. Again, we'll do a few more. Get through some of these questions quickly. Why do I think Bailey will start? Because they looked really bad without him, and he looked really good off the bench as well. Salah, Jesus or Haaland? Yes, Salah. Robertson and Odegaard out for Walker and Diaz. Yes, get Odegaard out of your team. If you had Kane, would I pick him over Salah? Yeah, I'd have Kane or Son over him as captain. When do I plan on wildcard? So I'm going to wildcard after game week 8, going into game week 9. It's the plan at the moment, but we'll see what my team looks like when we get over the next couple of weeks. Gordon or Dewsbury Hall? Probably Damari Gray, because I'd rather Gordon over Dewsbury Hall, but I worry that he's going to get a move, and then that's not what you want. So why not Haaland as captain? Newcastle have looked really good defensively. They're yet to concede a goal. Why is no one scoring considering Dewsbury Hall? Well, he scored in game week 1 from 35 yards, and he's not going to do that every week. He's not a consistent goal threat for them. Tom, thank you for the super chat. Would I do Saka to Martinelli and Nico to Walker for a -8? No, not this week, because both Saka and Nico have good fixtures. I would wait and do both of them next week. So I wouldn't do them this week. So yeah. Oh, he is doing one, but only a short one. Is he? Wedding day, deadline stream. You got to love the commitment. I hope he's in his full wedding attire as well, like he does his suit for game week 1. Mount or Maddison? He's not, but he is obviously somewhere else. He's obviously at the venue. Fine. Neto or Mahrez? I'd start Mahrez. I don't like Neto. Mahrez off the bench is better than Neto starting. So yeah, it would be Neto for me. It would be Neto for me. Thank you. Sorry, I can't read it on there. Midget AU for becoming a tier 1 member. Again, anyone who wants to join as a member, feel free. There's a link in the top of the description, or you can join on my page on any YouTube site apart from in a website, and you basically get unlimited super chats. So start, and you get these fancy emojis, especially the ones with my face in them. Especially the ones with my face in them like that. He's getting married, that's why, yeah. Need a cheap replacement for Bailey under his price. Read of... To be honest, I want to know if Kouyaté is going to start for Nottingham Forest, because then at 4.5, he could be a good option. what does vice captain do? So vice captain is basically if your captain doesn't play, your captain will move to your vice captain is basically what happens. It doesn't matter if, it doesn't do anything if your captain plays. This is my team. Yes, yeah. How long have we got? Half an hour until the deadline. An hour until the deadline. Rice is 5 million. He's probably too much. If he was 4.5, he'd be very popular. But yeah. Sorry, give me one moment. Give me one moment. Cool. So Bailey to Gross or Neto to Rodrigo. Sorry if you heard that. I'm hungry. Bailey to Gross or Neto to Rodrigo. I'd probably do Neto to Gross this week and then wait and do the other one next week. But I do Neto to Gross probably. Am I keeping Jesus when I wildcard? Probably. I'm not 100% certain. I haven't thought about my wildcard in game week 6 yet. Game week 8 yet. The Arsenal fixtures do get more difficult, but I feel like I'll want Arsenal attack still. But I'll probably still want to own Martinelli, but we'll see what happens when Europe starts and everything like that for them. If I have Zinchenko, Martinelli and Jesus, should I captain Salah instead of Jesus? It's difficult because you have triple Arsenal attack. It depends if you have Luis Diaz, to be honest. I'm just trying to diversify it a little bit more. I'd probably be on Salah there. Am I definitely captaining Salah? Yeah, this is going to be my team for the deadline. You just joined the stream. Why did I transfer Gross in? He's on set pieces. They have lovely fixtures over the next 6 weeks. So yeah, they have lovely fixtures. He's playing really advanced. He's on set pieces. So yeah, and he's cheap, right? I don't expect very much from my 5.5 million midfielder. Sorry, I was just, again, distracted. Nice team. Thank you. Good luck. You took Trippier out for Walker. Hope Salah bangs a few in. Let's hope. Again, doesn't often go a couple of games without blanking. So let's see. Why did I pick Gross instead of Rodrigo? So let me walk you through it. Let me go. Has this got Fixture Ticker? Let's find the Fixture Ticker on Fantasy Football Scout, Premium Tools, Fixture Ticker. Here we go. Right, so if we look at the fixtures for the next, again, if you guys want to sign up to Fantasy Football Scout, there's a link in the description down below, sort by difficulty for attack, right? We have Leeds down here, 14th for the best fixtures, and we have Brighton right at the top for the best fixtures. Again, if you take out next week, so let's say we delete this one. Leeds do shoot up, to be fair. They do go higher, but that Chelsea fixture ranks them down. It's still much better for Brighton. Basically, the fixtures are much better. And yeah. Harry, thoughts on Rodrigo? Oh no, Sachin. Don't start. We've been having a chat in the members chat all week about Rodrigo versus Gross. So it's pretty close between the two, to be fair. It's pretty close between the two. Tony or James? Reece James. Yeah. Start Neko or Andreas. I'd start... start Neko or Andreas. I think I said earlier I'd do Andreas just. It's pretty close. But I think I'd just about favour Andreas out of the two. Who's better, Dunk or Neko? Neko Williams. The attacking threat is much better for him. Should I start Neko or Andreas? Neto. I'd go Andreas out of the two. Again, a lot of these marginal bench decisions, I'd bench Neto at all costs, basically. Imagine if he scores today. I feel like it's just written in FPL folklore that he's going to get something today. But we'll see. We will see. How come I got Sanchez over Ward? Fofana not being fit and, well, not wanting to play for Leicester, they've not looked good recently as well. Southampton have not looked great, but they're still scoring goals. They scored twice last week. Gameweek 1, they scored against Spurs. Was that an own goal? Can't remember. Saliba, a good option. Yeah, I think he'll keep his place in the Arsenal team. I'm not 100% sure what happens with Tomiyasu being fit. I'd probably want to wait and see today because Tomiyasu was on the bench last week, which means today he had a week of training, which basically means he should be fully fit to play. So the team we get this week will probably be the Arsenal defence that we'll see as first choice, but it's not helpful if you're making a transfer this week. But if you can wait, I would, because you'll know then whether it's Tomiyasu, White or Saliba that's going to miss out. I don't think it'll be Saliba. I don't think it will be. Should I start Patterson or Harrison? I like Patterson. I owned him to start in this week. There's a chance that Coleman comes in and starts as well, but yeah, there's a chance. But if I'm going to own Patterson, he was always going to start for me this week. I feel like it was pointless me owning him if he wasn't going to start home to Forest in Gameweek 3. So Dunk or Gross? Probably Gross out of the two. Probably Pascal Gross. Andreas or Neco Williams? Probably just Andreas. It's pretty 50-50 though. Bailey to Gross for -4, no. So I've spoken on Bailey already. If you haven't sold him already this week, I'd just play him now because I think he'll start. And yeah, if I think he starts, it's an okay fixture. He's looked good, whether he's started to come off the bench. The returns are not there, but I would be playing Bailey if you still have him in your squad. Thank you for the super chat. Your bench is Dean Henderson, Walker, Andreas and Eze. Would I bench boost? Why is this your bench? Who's in your starting 11 that is your bench? Like, I think that will score 15 points this week. So in theory, it's worth a bench boost. I hate playing my bench boost this early on in the season though. I just wouldn't do it. That team scores enough points to play your bench boost, I think. But I wouldn't do it because I save my bench boost for later on in the season when there's double game weeks. You've got double the chance. You'll have a bench that looks like that with them all having 2 fixtures as well. So start Alison or Sanchez. Alison or Sanchez. Alison, probably. I can't believe that's like, what, 10 million spent on goalkeepers. It's a lot of money. I wouldn't own both of them, but on your wild card, I'd only own one of those. But yeah, that's a lot. You changed your mind to captain Salah? Yes, I did. Do I rate people's teams' lives? Sometimes. I don't have the setup here because I'm currently in Spain for anyone unaware. Which basically, yeah, I can't bring everything with me, which means I don't have the setup to allow me to move things around and rate people's teams. I will do it when I get home, potentially. If there's anyone in who still hasn't liked the stream as well, please hit that like button. Thank you all for still choosing my stream to be the one that you watch. If you want to consider joining as a channel member, we do have 2 tiers. We have our base tier at the top, which basically gets you unlimited super chats all during streams and replying on video comments. And we have the emojis and the badges that you get with it. And then the tier 2 tipsters, which gets you access to the Twitter group chat where I answer your questions all throughout the week. I tell you when I make transfers, price changes, everything like that, plus the usual benefits as well. So all the other members are in that chat. All the other moderators are in that chat as well. No worries, thank you. I made you better at FPL. Oh, well, I appreciate it. Captain Salah or Kulusevski? Salah. You loved my dedication. I know. I brought everything with me. I would post a picture, but maybe I will after the stream is done. De Silva or Neco Williams? Neco Williams. I'm not a De Silva fan. We are 8 likes away from 600 likes. Yeah, not much more to say. So I keep peering because the chat is below my camera, but I can just read the ones at the top. I'm sure that's really interesting for you all. Would I start De Silva or Gross? Gross for sure. You've captained Kane. Yeah, fine. I like it. I'd captain a Spurs player if I had one. Definitely the best fixture of the week is that The others are all away. The only home big captain that we'd want. Again, sorry, if you want to join as a member, if someone asking in the chat, there's a link at the top of the description, or if you go on my channel page, there'll be a join button as well. I don't know if it will show up whilst if I'm on my own one. Yeah, there's a join button here, which you click on. And it will give you the two options here. Cool. Back, where were we? Just answer me, please. Start Neco or De Silva? Neco Williams. I don't start De Silva unless you absolutely have to. Why Saka instead of Jesus vice captain? I just got a feeling on Saka this weekend. Hope more than anything. But yeah. Hope more than anything. Ramsdale, Ake, Diaz, or Raya, Zinchenko and Kulu? Probably the first option. I like all three options in the first option a lot, because I don't love Raya. I think he's fine. But yeah, I'd probably go with the first option. Andreas or Rodrigo in. To start this week, probably Andreas. But that's a biased Chelsea fan asking here. That's biased Chelsea fan. Which Everton midfield is the best? Gordon, McNeil, Gray. To be honest, I'd probably buy McNeil or Gray. I wouldn't go Gordon because of risky moves. So I'd go one of the other two in McNeil or Andre Gray. Probably punt on McNeil. Joe Gomez or Eze for this week. Eze probably. Maddison or Sterling. You're confused. I don't really want either of them. But if I had to have one, I'd have Maddison because he's cheaper. Why not Jesus captain? So for anyone who isn't here at the beginning, I don't want triple Arsenal attack plus captaincy. It feels like such overkill, to be honest. Yeah, feels like such overkill. How are we getting on? So, De Silva or Reed over Neto? I mean, that's an exciting couple of options you've got there. I'd probably just about start De Silva. Ooh. Yeah. Start Andreas Pereira or Ben White. Pereira. It's a good fixture for them, and he's at home. They've looked good at home. The promoted teams at home have looked good. Less good away from home. So yeah, no worries. How are we getting on? Good. Joe Gomez at Eze. Yeah, to start Eze. Any news on Perisic starting? No, I think he will start. Perisic or Pereira or Ben White? Yeah, Pereira. Let me turn slow mode down a little bit. We don't need it so much now. Let me... yeah. Cool. There we go. That should be better. Gross or Rodrigo? I went Pascal Gross out of the two of them. Yeah, I went Pascal Gross. Should I get Gross over Neto now or play Andreas for the bench and keep my transfer? If it's for free, I'd make the transfer. Is it too risky not to captain Salah? No. I think Helen or Jesus are both good captaincy options as well. Would I start Patterson or Gross? Gross. Favour the attacker there. Start De Silva or Harrison? Harrison. Gabriel, good option for defenders. I'd rather Zinchenko, but yeah, he's not a bad option at all. Any news on Perisic? No. The predicted lineups have all come out and they all have Perisic starting in them. I think he'll start. If you own him, start him. If you're considering buying him, I probably would say fine because I think he'll start. Yeah, I think he'll start. So, thoughts on Gundogan? Yeah, he's a nice option. He's been a lot of the stuff I've been talking about this week. So yes, I like him. Bernardo Silva not going is a bit of a concern, but yeah. Do I reckon Andreas Pereira will start because he's flagged on the app? Yes, I think he got cleared in the press conference as only having cramp. Neto or Dean? I'd start Luke Dean. Neto and Bailey for Rodrigo and De Silva for a -4. I don't love it, but I'd probably wait and do it next week for free, to be honest, and just play Leon Bailey. Saka or Havertz captain? I'm not sure I'd do either, but I'd do Saka first. Ward-Prowse or Eze? Ward-Prowse or Eze? Eze. $1 million cheaper as well. What's the reason on Sanchez over Ward? Sanchez is, again, on form, good for bonus points. I don't think either will keep a clean sheet this week, and that Leicester defence without Fofana is not good enough. It's worth taking money out of 5 million defender slot to upgrade Bailey. You could downgrade a 5 million to a 4.5 or a 4 if that helps you, yeah. I do like the 5 million defender spot though. I do like that 5 million defender spot. Do I think Robertson will still a needed asset or has become too expensive for someone who hasn't returned yet? He's not a definite sell. I've sold him this week because it helps me the rest of my team, but I wouldn't necessarily put you off completely from selling him. So we are 9 subscribers now away, 8 subscribers away from 28.8 thousand subscribers. So if you haven't already, make sure you've liked the stream and subscribe to the channel. How many likes are we doing? 617 likes. You guys are the best. You're thinking of making my Gameweek 3 captain now. What do I reckon? I'm on Salah, and that's where it's going to stay. That's where it's going to stay. Which goalkeeper is best long term? I like Sanchez. The fixtures are good long term. Can I start Neco Williams? Yeah, they looked okay defensively. He looked good going forward as well. Rodrigo from Leeds or Trippier? I'd start Rodrigo. If you're not sure on both, then favour the attacker. Diaz or Mount? It's Diaz, definitely. Definitely Diaz. Thoughts on Cucurella? He's a good option. I'm probably going to start 3 of the next 4 is my general opinion on him. So yeah, start Neto or Bailey. Bailey, definitely. Better fixture. And I think we'll start this week. So you can choose your captain, yeah. At the moment, I'm going Salah, and I'm not going to change it. This is where we are. Let me tweet it out as well. 5 subs needed. Go on. Perisic. Nothing. No Perisic news as of yet. Cool. Tweeted, confirmed, here we go. Sorry, you meant to say you're thinking of making Perisic your Gameweek 3 captain. What do I reckon? It's bold. I don't have enough to put you off it, apart from that early sub would really worry me. That he's going to get taken off after 60 or 55 minutes or something, and you don't get the clean sheet, for example, would be enough to put me off, or someone else does something. I hate captaining defenders generally, because if someone else does something and he loses his clean sheet, then yeah, that's not ideal. So I'm not on it, and I don't love captaining defenders, but that's just personal preference on how I play. Would I Neto Andreas or Neco Williams? Yeah, Andreas. Again, there's a lot of these 50-50 cheap option calls in there. For me, Patterson first, then probably Bailey, then Pereira, then Neco Williams, then Neto, in that order. So, and then Neto, and then probably De Silva just above Neto is probably the order that I'm going in. So, -4 swap from Robertson to Diaz, worthy. Again, I don't know what the other transfer is. It doesn't really feel worth it, to be honest, for a -4. If it is other transfers you're doing as well, then great. But if it's like Robertson to a 4 million and a 4.5 million mid up to Diaz, I don't think that's worth it. It's not a good use of 2 transfers. Robertson will come good at some point. He'll score 150, 200 points plus this season. So He'll have to come good at some point. De Silva over Neto. So yeah, based on my ranking, yes, I would. So yes, I would. Why Sanchez over Ward? Again, just not loving that Leicester defence at all. Brighton have looked good. West Ham have not looked at their best as well. Elliott or Dewsbury Hall just for today? Probably Dewsbury Hall. Probably Dewsbury Hall. Probably, yeah. Start Sanchez or Ward. Yeah, I'm on Sanchez. Jesus or Salah captain. Salah for me. I don't want too much investment in that game. And yeah, you have two transfers. Should I do Robbo to Cucurella and Trippier to James, or Robbo to Cucurella and Iverson to Sanchez? So should you do Trippier to... I do the Trippier option, to be honest, is where I'd go with that. What time is it? Cool. We got 15 minutes to the deadline. Let me have a look at something quickly. See if there's any more Spurs news coming. Sorry, play Trippier or Pereira. I'd go Pereira out of the two. Harrison or Rodrigo. I'd go Rodrigo just about. The fact that he's on penalties while Bamford is out is a big thing as well. Next game week, which I recommend to transfer in, Raya or Sanchez. I'd probably go Sanchez. I'd probably just about go Sanchez. Let's see how they do this week, but I'd go Sanchez. What about Tomiyasu? I don't think he'll start this week, no. Using wildcard and currently have Diaz. Should I keep or switch to Tony? I'd keep Diaz for sure. No worries, Phaser. Appreciate it. Who is my best defender for the price of 5 million? Cucurella. If you can go Walker, I'd go Walker. Right. For anyone who's unsure, I am on holiday and I've been in here for 2 hours now. I'm going to go and enjoy the sun. The deadline is in 15 minutes. Let me put a link to another good streamer in the chat and you guys can go and join in over on his channel. You guys must know Raptor. If you don't, make sure go into the chat and say Harry sent you. Would be much appreciated. So go and check out his stream here. We are going to wrap up now so I can go and enjoy my holiday. Here's a link to his stream in the chat. Go and say that Harry sent you. That would be fantastic. Good luck in game week 3, everyone. I'm going to go and enjoy my holiday, get out in the sun. So thank you all so much for watching. Good luck in game week 3. This is how my team will line up. It won't be changing. And good luck. Go and join Raptor. He will help you out immensely with his stream. And I'll see you all very, very soon. Thanks, guys.